can put this here. I can put this wherever. I can put it here if I want. I can go even higher. The thing is, this is not a complete road. It's interrupted, and that's where the game gets interesting, because you're either gonna be a player that tries to interrupt the road, which is called a Saboteur, or a player that's trying to build the road, which is a normal player. At the beginning of the game, we each take one of these cards, we look at it, and now I know what I meant, who I am. And everybody takes one, and they look at their roll. So if you're this guy, if it doesn't say Saboteur, you're trying to find the gold. You're trying to get here. If you're this guy, if you're the Saboteur, you're trying not to let the people find the gold. So your aim is to, Saboteur, is to stop them. The thing is, there is not only one of each, there are more, but you don't know who is your teammate because we all take a card. So we have more Saboteurs and more of those. You're just one of them. So what I'm saying is, this road, for example, that's interrupted, it's good, for example, if you're a Saboteur to put it here, because now this road is not available anymore. The aim is to get at some point, like in this position, and when you get in the last moment, you can flip it. And if you flip it and it's the gold, you found it, yeah? But let's say you got here and you flip this one, and it's not the gold, you keep on going. You can build here, and you can build, you need a row that's matching, you can build this, and then you found the gold. So you can keep on going. The aim is to try to find it.
You can flip it at any stage, or just when you get to this part here?
Only when you get there. And you can never put a road, let's say, in the future, meaning I cannot decide now I want to put this card here. It always has to fully match.
Connect.
And for example,
what happens if you don't have something that connects?
I'll tell you after. You can burn a card always. But you cannot put this road here. It always has to match what is existing. You can only put it, for example, here, because it matches. Let me give you a better example. I cannot put this one here because it doesn't match. So it always needs to match. Understand? It needs to match where it fits. You cannot put it anywhere here. You can put it like this, for example. Mainly if you're a Saboteur, because it also sends you not that way. So you can play them in different way depending on what team you are. There are roads. And
so if you're a Saboteur, you try to make it as twisting as possible.
Or blocking. I'll explain in a second. I'm taking it easy like this. For example, that's what I'm saying. We interrupted this road here, which you cannot use anymore to flip those cards until the road is complete. And that's where the special cards come in. It's one special card. It's called Avalanche. There are 3 of them. In this one, if you have it in your hand, you can use it and say, I want to take this card off the table. You have the choice to pick one. But maybe you are a Saboteur and you're going to say, I'm going to take this one off the table.
Okay.
Understand? So you can also use it depending on what team you are. And there is a second special card.
Can I see the card?
It's Avalanche. It's like a mountain.
And if there are like 3 or 4.
Take this out of the table, what happens then?
People need, the other team, for example, needs to find a card that matches. That's the problem. Okay. For example, this one matches, even though there's nothing here, and this one matches. But other than that, one with only a straight road would not match.
Is there a point where you are actually, for example, if you're already
No, you can always build wherever you want on the map, but it has to match.
So yeah, but the Saboteur is then stupid to take from behind, not where you're...
No, it's good. It's good because
it's to match,
difficult to match after.
Because you need to complete this road.
At the end, everything needs to... okay.
The way have to be made.
I thought you were going and you are here and then like a...
Okay, so this is the first special card that doesn't have a color, and there's only another one, which is this one. They don't have a color, they don't have green or red. All the other ones have green or red, yeah? You see, green or red? These ones are the only 2 that don't have green or red. This is Avalanche, what I told you before, and this is some map, yeah? That means you can turn one of the 3 cards and look at it only by yourself. You use it, that means I decide to look at this card, I know what it is, and we continue playing. But it's the advantage of knowing if here is the gold or not, if you want to go there or not, depending on what team you are, so it's a good card to use, yeah? So those are the only 2 without a color. And then the ones with a color, exactly what I meant, don't focus on the sign. The sign is not really important. What it matters is the color. Green means, no, let's take it with red first. Red means you can block someone. So I decide to block Gianmarco. That means Gianmarco cannot play roads anymore until he is unblocked, the whole game. So you can unblock Gianmarco with a green card. But not with this one because it doesn't have the same sign. So when you unblock, you have to match the sign, has to match that, and then Gianmarco is unblocked. And Gianmarco can play it. This one has 2, meaning he can unlock this one or this one, any of them.
Yeah? So I need to be helped by someone.
or by yourself. You can play yourself, or somebody can help you.
Okay, perfect.
It's
You only
more-
cannot play building cards. The rest
No,
of the cards you
can
can
play
play.
the
Yeah.
special cards. You can play those special.
Yeah.
Look, there are many. Huh? There are many. I can block him with this sign, but I cannot unblock him with. Let me find one that I can. For example, if I have this green card in my hand, I cannot unblock him because the sign doesn't match.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
You understand?
But
Perfect.
and the meaning of that one was that?
It doesn't matter. There are only 3 kind of signs to make it more difficult to block and unblock because you need to have the exact sign to unblock. When you block, it doesn't matter the sign you throw. It's only any sign you are blocked on. It means you cannot build roads anymore.
This one.
That one is to unblock because it's green. Block is red.
Okay.
Understand?
Oh, this is
Yeah.
to block and this is to unblock.
Yeah, just the color is really important. The sign not.
Yeah, the sign
is
is
important
only
when
fun,
you
only
unblock.
fun.
When you unblock, it's important because you cannot unblock with a different sign. But when you block, it doesn't even
What
matter.
else have meaning?
Madonna, sì.
Those are all the cards. So I just explained the entire card set. huh?
Sì, ne facciamo una.
Pay attention, pay attention.
So those are all the cards. I explained every card. So if you have questions now on some of the cards,
Really, 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 I enjoyed your discussion. Really.
okay.
Again, it's that.
No, but really,
Now
he's-
another part of the important to understand. You will always have, I think, 5 cards in the hand, depending on the number of players. But I think 5. So you always have 5. It's your. We play in turns. When it's your turn, you can either build a road, use a special card if you have. You can only do one thing. If you cannot do anything or don't want to do anything, you can always burn one. Meaning you put it here, you're not allowed to show it to anyone, and we all throw them there. Many times cards are going to be burned. Because for example, if I'm a Saboteur, and I have these 2 cards in my hand, I don't really want to play them, because those are cards that are good, because you can go either way.
Yeah,
So
okay.
those are really good constructive cards. So I'm probably just gonna burn them, and this way you don't see what I burn, and I just put it here. But for example, if
And
I'm on the good team and I
you
have
have
this
a
card in my
Saboteur.
hand, if I'm trying to reach the goal, I will never need this, because this is blocking roads. So you also burn it, but you never know what
And
he
if
burns.
you're in the other team, you burn
Yeah.
the one who gives punishment.
Or maybe let's say you have 2 cards that
This one.
unblock on the same sign, or two that block are good, but 2 that unblock on the same sign, maybe you'll need once that card. For example, this 2. You can also burn the second and hope for a better card.
And how do you block? You can choose the person you want.
Yeah,
want to
you can
block?
always choose. You can always play
Or
one card.
it's the
And
one
if-
to
if
the
I-
left or
no,
the.
no. You can always block the
Hey,
person.
but did you say that?
Suspecting them by how they play that they are not on your team. So then it's a team game. You have to win as a team.
Yeah, but
It's
it's
interesting
very
to
obvious
try to-
in which team you are.
I go to toilet.
Ah, so-
Maybe people
Thank
realize
you.
you are
In the right.
you are a saboteur and doing other stuff or not.
In the right.
You will see.
Okay. First
You
in the
can play
right.
it in different ways. That's the thing.
But,
This is Gianmarco. Go. I wanted to say also that the game is over when we end all the cards, because you put a card or use a card, you take a new one. Always, you take a new one. You always have to have 5. And when we finish all the cards, then the game is over. If you reach the goal, you won. If you didn't, the Saboteur
Did you
won.
say that you can block twice the same person with
no,
the same?
but that's like really, we can say that during the game. This is too complicated now.
But you said that
When it
you
happens.
need to
Okay.
figure out which team you are, and because you don't know.
You don't really need. You need to.
Isn't it pretty obvious at the first sign of making?
No,
a
but
That's
map?
maybe
thing,
the
because you're a
Saboteur
Saboteur, you don't want to
is a
show
good
it,
thing.
probably. So you're gonna build at the beginning, or you're just gonna burn, because you don't want to get blocked in general.
Because
But the
there are
thing is,
less saboteurs than
a bit
the
less.
others.
A bit less. They are not equal. They're a bit less Saboteurs by 1 usually, and you can play it differently. You can play it openly and say, from the beginning, block. And it's obvious you're a Saboteur, but people are gonna block you like from the other team. But if you have just special cards in your hand, you didn't need roads, so you might as well be blocked and play your special cards on them and block them and don't allow them to build roads. And this is what I mean. And there's always another Saboteur, and you can play it differently, because they know you are, but they don't know who's the other one. And you can come at the end as the other Saboteur and fuck up their entire road with an Avalanche, or block at the end when they are really next to the goal. You put one like this, and nobody has Avalanches anymore because there are just 3 in the game. And if you don't have any more, you cannot remove it. So then it's
So you won.
and you have very less cards left in your hand. Everybody has 2, and then you need so many roads to go around that you realize we are not gonna reach it. So you can play it in different ways. You can wait till the end, or you can. But you'll have to understand that as you play it, you'll know this. You
You have
take
to
different
play
tactics.
some
Time.
one match that is 3 games. and you will see how because it's very important when the game
show
of,
them that.
There is always
of
that.
who are you, because
Let's play
people
without the points the first time.
Okay.
That's the stuff.